Welcome to Your Skin, Your Story, hosted by one and only Diyah. Today's episode, we're going to talk about authenticity. The reason why I feel that speaking on authenticity is so important, especially now, is because I've noticed online and even in my environment a mass shift happening with people being on a healing journey, self-care journey, self-love journey, and I absolutely love it. However, I feel that a lot of people are also confused or lost during this journey because it comes off as gimmicky and inauthentic. What I mean by that is a lot of people is confusing self-care practices with self-love and healing. I'm here to tell you that self-care practices are amazing. It's part of the journey, but it's not what self-love truly is. Think of it like self-love being this huge umbrella, and the self-care practices are the little raindrops that are being held by this big umbrella. Overall, self-love is part of being transparent, authentic, and loving yourself, even the parts of you that you don't feel is deserving of love. It's hard to understand your value and your worth in life when you're told so many different ways of how you should be and how you should show up in the world on the daily basis, whether if it's how you show up as a wife, how you show up on the job, as an entrepreneur, as a student, in all these different hats and roles that we play. Sometimes we can find ourselves falling into what's called imposter syndrome. Yes, although we do have a lot of masks that are different, multifaceted versions of ourselves, you fragmenting parts of you and not connecting all of those different roles that you play in life is where the disconnect starts to happen. And then you get confused on which version of yourself is really you. Well, I'm here to tell you that every version and every role that you show up in the world is you. And it's necessary and needed depending on the circumstances and depending on your area in life that you're developing and elevating at that moment, because healing is not linear. And what I currently have witnessed with not only the people around me, but sometimes even within myself, that we fall into the role of just doing everything and doing all of the things, like self-care practices as far as journaling, taking walks, reading, and we believe that we're elevating or on a self-love journey because we are doing the things. Doing the work is more than self-care practices. Doing the work is unpeeling those layers and going within so far in your subconscious being that it feels uncomfortable. It feels dark sometimes. And that's okay. Accepting that part of you and not suppressing it and allowing it to surface and allowing yourself to feel and embrace it is part of you accepting yourself. And once you come to a place of acceptance is when you realize that no one can use anything against you, because you know who you are, despite your circumstances, despite the obstacles, and despite your past. A lot of us is holding the weight of our past. A lot of us is holding the weight of our future, and that anxiety and fear that we fear that we of the unknown, really, and that we are projecting certain things that we heard or people told us at one point in our life and applying it to who we are. But I'm here to tell you that once you fall in love with every part of you, once you are authentic and you live and align with your truth, and you don't imitate people who are on their journey, because your journey is going to look a lot different. You didn't walk the shoes of the people that you're imitating or feeling that you need to follow. It's one thing to be inspired. It's another to mimic and feel as though your success is going to come off of someone else's routine because you've seen that gave them success or the attention that you want. We have to learn to start validating ourselves and not following the masses or keeping up with the Joneses or chasing clout in order to feel important or seen or valid. And once we come to realize that our journey and the blueprint and cracking the code is really just being you without the pressure of anyone else, without the stigma of the world, and without the opinions of other people, is when you begin to free yourself and love yourself. And that glow and that growth hits different. People, no matter what type of mask we put on, we are energetic beings, spirits having a human experience, which is why we can feel energy without it being spoken. We can read through people no matter how they try to show up and portray. So many of us walk around with smiles, and behind those smiles, it's a lot of brokenness. A lot of fragmented pieces that we haven't been able to yet align and piece together. But these self-care practices, like listening to podcasts, listening and watching personal development videos on YouTube, and reading books, will help you get there. Those are the tools. But that is not the ultimate of reaching self-love. It's more than a feeling. It's more than an act. It's an energy, and it shines and glows everywhere you go. It's magnetic. It's understanding the duality of femininity and masculinity, and not allowing this world or anyone to define who it is that you are and what your value is, despite what you've been through, your income bracket, or what you have. Everyone has value that they can add to the world to make the world a better place. You are divinely chosen to be here, and it's for a reason, whether you know it or believe it or not. So I just wanted to give you this gentle reminder to tell you to keep going and keep growing while you glow up on your self-love healing journey. And make sure to tune in to my YouTube channel, Diyah's Diary, where you'll get more visuals and lifestyle, beauty, and self-care videos, along with making sure that you subscribe to this podcast if you love what you heard today. And thank you for your support, your positivity, and showing up for yourself each and every day, because you are worthy. And until next time, thank you for tuning in to Your Skin, Your Story.